So where are we with that? How do you guys feel about that? Do you find it easy to submit to your husband? Or let me just start simple. What is submission to you? I'm back.
I take submission for how the Bible describes it. Keep it simple. A lot of people go into obey and this. That's, in my mind, it's like, okay, the Bible never said for a wife to obey her husband ever in the Bible. As far as submission, it says submit because it clearly says that the husband is head of the household, and that we were created to be a helper to him, to be a support. And that's how I take it. Simply supporting him, whatever is happening in the family. I think that, he makes the final decision, but as a support, I put my 2 cents in too, so that he can make that final decision on everything, put everything together and keep him strong. That's what I think submission is. And as, what you were talking about, is it easy to do that all the time? No, it's not, especially when you feel disrespected as a woman, as a wife. That's the hardest time. Any other time, yeah, it's easy. If he has that respect for you, it's easy to say, oh, I love you, baby, and, whatever you want and all that. The problem is we should be submissive or, be that support whether he's doing his part or not, because we're still responsible for ourselves. So that's what I have to constantly try to remember, that I still have a role as a wife that God gave me. And no matter what he does, he's still going to be looking at me like, okay, he did that, but I'm going to deal with him. But why didn't you do what you had to do as a woman? Why weren't you setting a good example for him and for the kids, despite everything? So that's how I feel about it. It's not easy, but it's still a responsibility that we have. And we have to take, we have to handle business regardless, But that's just me.
I agree with your point. But you also see when you've been on your own, handling your business for a minute, and you meet somebody and you say, okay, this is who I'm gonna settle down with, and he wants to take on the role of being the provider. That's not something that you gonna automatically say, okay, I'm gonna let you do that. Because I'm not going to say, okay, I'm going to let you do that. I'm just not going to do that right off.
It's not natural.
Because I'm not used to having you take care of me. I'm used to taking care of everything because I got my stuff on my own. There's nothing that I had to have a man to help me with. I did this on my own. And it's a process. And as you build a relationship with that person, you slowly give them little things. Don't give big things. You sold them little things. Okay. He took care of that. All right. Then it started building up the big things. Because I'm not just going to say, all right, take all the bills. You good. I'm your helpmate. Whatever you need me to do, boo, I got you. I'm not going to do that off top.
I so agree with that. Yeah. I so agree with that. When we first got married, I was paying all them dollars bills because what you talking about? This is the way you think of America. Please, I come out and want to live.
I know that's right.
Yes, I know that's right.
I just give him little bills. Okay, you pay that.
Right.
Keep that pay.
And it's vice versa. It's vice versa. He'll say, okay, can you take care of this? Okay. It could be doing an email or whatever. But how you handle the situation, okay, she took care of that. I ain't have to go back, everything is done. Then you give more. With me and my husband, it's not even 50-50, it's 100%, 100%. You provide 100%, I'm going to provide 100%. Because we a team.
Yeah. I know that.
At the end of the day, if you fall, I fall. And I'm not going to fall, so you ain't going to fall.
When I listen to some younger women, I'm 27, so I'm talking about younger than myself, talk about when they get married and they can't wait to get married. I think that their concept of marriage is a little skewed because when they say that, I'm also hearing them say, I can't wait till I have a husband to pay all my bills and do all this, and I'm thinking, what you gonna
give Sounds like my sister.
What you gonna give him? Because I really don't think no man really want to just scoop you up and just take care of you, and you're not giving back anything to him. I mean, don't get me wrong, he wants to take care of you. He wants to take care of you, but he also wants to know that if he is not able to, you're able to take care of things. And if you're not able to do that, why would he want you? Which is probably why they're still not married.
Oh, they do that in the beginning. They just like women scope out and
Exactly.
and do what they gotta do with a man. Check them out. Say okay, this is this is that. A man does the same thing before he say this is the one I'm going to marry. He see how you handle your business.
Yeah, men don't want lazy women. Just like women don't want lazy men. Just like women want somebody with that mission, men want the same thing. Like I mean, some of the people that I've been getting to know, they want similar things that we want. You know, like he was saying, like women a lot of times, especially young girls, think that men just want to provide everything, want to take care of them and whatever, and they just lay up and do nothing. Because what they realize is that's all they really gonna be good for is laying up, because they really don't want somebody like that in their life
And they
to
get
be their
old.
support.
They get old
It does
quick,
get old.
and you get that other chick that come in, and she doing everything, handling all her business. Then you wondering why your man is out all the time of the night. Why he doing this to his phone? Why he doing that? Cause you want to handle your business, boo.
I'm a firm believer of being able to like stand on your own 2 feet. Before I got with my husband, I was a single mom for just a little, because we dated. I was pregnant, but he wasn't my husband, he wasn't my,
Just courting.
Yeah, we were just courting. So I had my own place, I was taking care of my daughter. And you're absolutely right, as far as having that independent spirit, that independent attitude, when you're out on your own for a certain amount of time, it's only natural that even when you get into a marriage, you're going to still have that same kind of attitude. And it takes work and years possibly to get over that, where you're relying on each other, just as much as you rely on yourself, to take care of business. But you're absolutely right. Men don't want no lazy woman. We don't want a lazy man. If he's down and out, he wants to be able to feel confidence that we will be able to pick up that hustle if necessary.
And a lot of times you can't knock your man down. A lot of times when your man is down and out, a woman will be like, you ain't this, you ain't that, that. That's the most crucial time. Just like a woman, when you down and out, you don't want to hear anything negative. You want your man to be like, baby, it's going to be all right. I understand what you're going through. I'm here for you. Because it's 100% all the way across the board.
Yeah. So it's submission, like support.
That's what, I believe in that. And I really don't get the whole thing about being a derogatory term. It's all in how you look at it. If you have that, issue, and, honestly, if you can't deal with the whole support idea or submissive idea, you won't have no reason being married, number one. You need to be single. Because honestly, to me, it's really not that serious. Because if you're in a good relationship, a good marriage, your husband does what he needs to do, you do what you need to do. You're not going to be thinking every day, oh, the Bible says or God says I need to be submissive. You're not going to be thinking about that. It's going to come naturally. Your relationship is going to flow. It's not a negative thing unless you make it that. And granted, there are some men out there that get stuck on stupid and want to, elevate themselves over you.
Yeah.
Granted. But we're talking about in a regular relationship where everybody's thinking clearly. It's not that big a deal. Now, if your husband is, and you've been in a relationship before where he is, emotionally abusive and wants to put himself as, oh, I'm the head, you have to listen to me kind of thing, then I guess that would play a big part in the next relationship that you go to. As if, no, I'm not going through that.
Because you know the pattern.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be that way, and that's the whole point of you need to pick and choose who you try to get close to like that. Because marriage is like, that's a forever kind of thing, and divorce ain't easy to get these days. It's so not.
So is it a consensus, like at this level, that submission is not a bad thing? It is actually a good thing. I mean, if you use the Bible, as a reference, the Bible talks about how the husband is supposed to love the wife, which is a challenge for him. And for women, we're supposed to submit to our husbands, or y'all are supposed to submit to y'all. What I'm saying, is it agreed? That submission is not really a bad thing. It's just a challenge, because it's not something that's easy to come by. It's something that you have to work on, and that trust relationship and that support role.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's definitely something that has to be worked on. It comes over time. You don't just wake up one morning and
Baby, it's all you.
No, it's so good.
can't do that. You definitely can't do that. I'm trying to remember exactly what this guy said, but Steve Harvey or somebody on the radio on a different day talking about the same topic was saying for the women who find it hard to submit to their husbands because they don't necessarily trust their husband's judgment or whatever, why are you dating these people? Because
It's a reflection of you.
Right. Who you're dating is
It's
who you're
definitely
married.
a reflection.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, because that's a tight thing. You're be with him. You know, you're giving of yourself, he's giving of himself. That's your, you know, you have each other's heart, you know each other's secrets. That's too close to have someone next to you if you cannot trust him enough or trust his judgment like that. You know, you might as well let it go.
It's truly a reflection of you.
One more thing with that. In my book, I talk about how you need to know who you're married to. You know what your husband's flaws are. He knows what your flaws are. You know what he's capable of. He knows what you're capable of. So don't trust him to do something that you know just doggone well, but that's not gonna happen. You gotta be realistic. You gotta be realistic, or you set yourself up for failure. In my opinion.
That's true. That is so true.